Have you ever heard the word tired Christian? Do you know what that feels like? Do you know what that looks like? I was one. And in this video today, I'm going to share with you how I bounced back. If it's your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and last of all, don't forget to subscribe so that every time I drop new content, you'll be notified. So I'm going to tell you the simple reason I got tired. I became tired because I did not guard my heart. And because I did not guard my heart, I didn't even know when I was drawing away from God. I'm going to point out something to you. When people say that you're drawing away from God, people think it's this dramatic, thing that you're doing. But it always starts very subtle. You're drawing away. You don't want to go to church. You don't want to read the Bible. You don't want to be around people that, could help you grow. You don't want to talk to people. You feel alone. And it starts with you just isolating yourself because you're seeing all these things that are not working, whether it's your life, whether it's your business, whether it's your marriage, whether it's your career, things are not working. So you start to put yourself in this, you put yourself in this ball, of isolation, and nobody can come near, right? And the only people that would try to penetrate that wall are people who really love you and are really praying for you. So I always say, make sure that you have people that genuinely love you and are they're invested in your spiritual growth. Because listen, not everybody, just because we're all in church, not everybody is invested in everybody else's spiritual growth. I'm just putting that out there, and there's no lie in that. But you have to identify your own tribe, so to speak. There were certain things that I had to come to grips with, that I had to just sit down and tell myself. One, the pastor is not responsible for my growth. Shall I say that again? The pastor is not responsible for my growth, for my spiritual growth. My pastor, he or she will participate and in giving me what to feed on. I go to church on Sunday. I go to church on Wednesday for Bible study. He teaches. It's part of the menu on my spiritual growth. But I still have a responsibility to get in the word. I still have a responsibility to pray, to have a prayer life, to have a thriving prayer life, to have a thriving Bible study life. That means that I am reading the word, I am understanding, I am talking to people, I am asking questions. I know God for me. I know God for me. That is my responsibility. It is not your pastor's responsibility. And I say that because even if, okay, let me use this analogy. We go to a restaurant, we go to an all-you-can-eat, because for me, I'm going to make the church as an all-you-can-eat buffet. We're not all going to eat the same things, right? I might like Chinese, you might like Korean. But if we walk into the same restaurant and there's a robust platter of food, but you don't eat anything, or you're not eating enough. Me, being who I am eating everything. I am taking advantage of everything so that I am growing. But if somebody else who's not doing the same thing, we're not going to grow at the same pace. We're not going to grow at the same rate. So if we go through the same experience, guess who's going to come out unscathed? The one who's fed on the word, the one who knows God, or the one who doesn't. And so when you don't know God, it becomes more difficult to guard your heart, because you don't know what to, you don't even recognize what to swat away. You don't know. You take everything in. And it should not be like that. So how did I get out of it? There is a song by Maverick City. They are one of my most favorite worship community right now. And this song is titled Communion. It is led by Chandler Moore and Stephanie Greitzinger. If you have seen any of my videos, worship videos, you know I love this too. Like, okay, so there's a song that is sung, and I'm looking at my phone because I want to read some parts of the lyrics to you, and I'm going to put a link to the song in the description so you can go watch it. I actually want you to listen to it, because this kind of sums up what I had to do when I knew that, okay, I can't continue like this. There's something has to break. Right? So this song was one of the songs that I years after, when I listened to this song, to me was like, this was what I needed to do. This was my story. And I pray that as you've seen this video, as you watch this video today, that if you are in that category, or you know someone that's there, please share this video with them, because I believe it will be of value to them. So check out the some of the lyrics of this song. Okay, again, the song is titled Communion. Go on YouTube. Anyway, I'm going to put the link in here. So it says, we are returning to the place where we've always begun. See, when we let the works draw us away, right? When we are going away from a place of communion with the Father. Okay, so it says, take me back to the garden, lead me back to the moment I heard your voice, bring me back to communion, lead me back to the moment I saw your face. Right? And it was also simple. It was easy to love, because there was no it was just you and God. It was just me and God. And so I was able to hear his voice telling me which way to go, what to do, what don't do this one now, right? This is not the season for this. And there was no fluff, like there was no wall between us and God, right? And then it says, you are closer than my skin. You are in the air I'm breathing in. Here's where the dead things come back to living. I feel my heart beating again. Feels so good to know you are my friend, right? What happens when we start to draw away? What happens when our hearts are wounded? Church hurt, life hurt, all these things. We have drawn away. And when we draw away, and when you realize you've drawn away, you run back. You run back to the Father. And that wall is removed, and you begin to have communion again. And how do you begin to have communion again? You get back in the Word. You get back in the Word. And you get back to praying. And again, you don't have to start praying 1 hour a day, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Then it starts to, you start to increase. It's almost like you're getting back into the mood of talking to God. You can start slow, but just start. Because remember, the Lord never moved, you did. And so who needs to come back? You do. The Lord is standing closer than the air that you breathe. Closer than the air that you breathe. So you're tired. What do? How do you find your way back? One of the things I had to do was, because I knew that I put up this wall and I completely isolated myself, and I didn't want to talk to people. I didn't want anyone to know what I was going through. I had so many things going on at that time. But one of the things I did was one of my friends, I had a lot of friends, and I just gently began to come out of my shell and found people who were praying with me. And I find I've also worked with people in their season of returning to the Lord. And there's specific people, like not everybody understands what it is that you're going through, that you're trying to do. So you are going to have to be prayerful about who it is that the Lord will have walk with you in this season. So be careful about that. Okay. And it's not hard. It's not hard to return to the Lord. It's not hard. Listen, it starts with a word of prayer. It starts with a word of prayer. It doesn't even have to be a prayer. I'm telling you. At that point, I think the only thing I could do was, Lord, I'm so lost. I'm so lost. I don't know what I'm doing. I believe at that time, one of the things I did was actually, I left the church I was in at that time. I left. That's a story for another day. When I left, it was the exact time that I needed to leave. And when I left, I did not join any ministry in my new church. I was just in the congregation, and I was just being poured. That, like the worship, I was just pouring, letting somebody else leading worship pour into me. And that's how I gradually began to kind of find my way back and become myself, because I knew that I had to run back to the Father. Essentially, that's what I did. I ran back to the Father, and I just stayed before the Father until I felt like I was strong enough to begin to pour back into people, right? Remember, I was coming from a place where I was leading worship. I mean, I was the lead worship leader. I was in charge of the choir and everything. But I was doing a lot of works, right? My relationship with the Lord was not secure. I think about it now. If I had died in that time, like, would I have gone to heaven? What would I have been? Because I was in a lot of things was just aggravated me. A lot of things aggravated me. So that, again, that's one of the signs. When you're getting tired, things begin to aggravate you. Like, take time to retreat. Take time to take time off. Take time off. Essentially, at the time of this video, the next month, I'm taking the whole month off. Not leading worship and not doing anything for church. Okay. I'm still going to be recording videos. So still come back. Okay. So let's meet in the comment section and tell me, when you were tired, what did you do? How did you bounce back? I'd love to know. So let's talk. Let's talk in the comment section.